you most likely going to talk about with a friend after church? What are you going to talk about with a group of friends on the weekend? What's the thing you debate the most with a coworker during the lunch hour? Will you discuss the presidential candidate's stand on faith and the church? Will you talk about your favorite TV show or the newest movie you saw? Will you have a debate about whether or not our forces should be in Iraq? If you talk about any of these things, it is likely that your discussion has been heavily influenced by the media. It's really incredible how huge a role the media plays in our everyday lives. Unless you live at the end of the road with no internet, no television, and no radio, electronic media seeps into absolutely everything that we do. We must manage our media time very carefully and wisely, because otherwise we risk missing God's plan for our lives because we're glued to the television. Even at a very young age, we are influenced by media. The moment we first watch a television show, we begin the slow immersion. Children are led to believe that the kind of life portrayed on television is possible in real life. But the glamour and carefully planned endings that make up the lives of our TV stars are misleading at best. We cannot allow this sort of teaching. We cannot allow our generation and the generations to come to grow up steeped in the lies and false promises of the media. The only way to put a stop to the destruction that our media is causing is to pay closer attention to our own decisions. The fire can't burn you if you're making sure you know where your hands are. And it's the same with the media. We have reached a point in our lives where we can begin taking control of our decisions. We must always respect those in authority over us, but we have reached an age at which we can start making decisions that will help us in the long run. It doesn't have to be difficult. We have been taught well. We will come to some tough situations in our lives. Discernment will be critical in those situations. We need to start making decisions for ourselves now, because we have our parents here to still guide us. The best and most important part of our lives in which we can start making decisions for ourselves is our media choices. If you've ever heard the phrase, garbage in, garbage out, you know what I mean. Watching the latest sitcom isn't going to further your intellect at all, nor will it help you make good, godly decisions in the future. Now, we have a hard schedule. We have some really tough classes with high expectations, and our teachers are out there to make us smarter. I have never heard of anyone getting a PhD by sitting on a couch watching TV all day. However, I will admit that sometimes you need a break. Sometimes a little mindless entertainment can really give you that second wind that you need to finish your omnibus paper. But this is also part of wise decision making. If you can make good decisions about your media time and how you manage it, you'll be able to make good decisions about other, bigger things. Part of making good decisions is not only making choices that will benefit your education or your future, but also making decisions that will benefit your quality of life. If you're unable to relax and be just a little bit mindless every once in a while, you're not likely to be able to be as productive as you would otherwise. It's all part of being wise in your choices. You have work to do, and that work must be done. But you must give your mind time to relax as well, or your work will be hurried and stressed. Our media tells us lies every day. Sometimes it tells lies by withholding all or part of the truth, or sometimes it just leads you to believe that one day you'll live in a fine house and make millions. Sometimes you need that mindless and completely non-constructive entertainment in order to give your work time more productivity. We are at a critical point in our development. If we can't make wise decisions about our time management in relation to our media choices, we have a long way to go before we can start making decisions about other more important things. So use your excellent education and use your strong faith to make wise and educated choices about your media. You can avoid being completely steeped in the lies, and you can use media for what its original purpose was, entertainment. Don't let it rule you. You can rule your own media choices.